But before we do that, and before we go to a couple PSAs, I got a message for you. From WXOU, we got a premiere late night show happening tonight, Thursdays at 10 p.m. You can listen to the Eli Andrews Show, Thursdays at 10 at WXOU. We got a late night, and the FCC guidelines die down a little bit past 10 p.m. Viewer discretion is advised. Listen to Eli Sepulveda and Andrew Deacon ask their guests the wildest questions that they write for each other. That means Eli asks the guest Andrew's questions, and Andrew asks the guest Eli's questions. Join in on the hilarity tonight at 10 p.m. right here on WXOU, and we'll be right back for your NCAA sports update on 88.3 FM WXOU. Welcome back, everybody, to the GioMoShow, your home for all Oakland sports on 88.3 FM WXOU. I'm Giovanni Moschieri, still your host of the GioMoShow, and I did not move far in the past 30 seconds of this break. We're still here, and we're here to give you your NCAA sports update for the Golden Grizzlies, starting first and foremost with Esports. So this past Thursday, the Oakland Esports Rocket League team unfortunately took 2 losses in the CRL against the Redbirds and the Bison. You can check their Twitter account for all the news that I'm going to be telling you guys right now. Oakland Esports, they do a great job on their Twitter, giving you all the information on each of the games. And full transparency, I'm reading the news off of their Twitter right now. So, in addition to that, last night, that would be Tuesday night, they took home a win over JMU in the NACE Last Chance qualifier. So the NACE is the National Association of Collegiate Esports, I believe is what it stands for. But you could basically think of that as the more traditional league that college esports is played in. You could kind of think of it as the very I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. Kind of think of it as the NCAA. It's the standard esports, collegiate esports league. So either way, we came back with a win over JMU, and I believe that one was 4-0. And I believe it because I'm looking at it. In addition to that, Oakland Esports Smash Brothers B team, they picked up a win last night. That would be Wednesday night. Or they picked up a win last... no, that's Tuesday night. Forgive me. I'm trying to put together the calendar for you guys. So Tuesday night, Oakland Smash Brothers B team, they took home a win against Carthage, 2-0. So GG's to them. And they are now sitting 2-1 on the season and look to push to 3-1 after their match next Tuesday against Saginaw Valley State University. So be sure to stay tuned for Smash Brothers B team looking to go 3-1. In addition to that, Oakland Rocket League takes a loss in their last CRL match against Rochester University 2-3. It took them all the way to Game 5 of the set. And that one would be, I'm trying to infer the date of this one. But we could take this as the past week in esports. Whichever day it happened, and I'll just give you the results of it. So we'll kind of keep it a little more organized that way. And I'm kind of talking to myself at this point as well. So the squad will be on the field later this week, competing in both the NACE Last Chance qualifier and the CRL. CRL stands for College Rocket League. It's another league that esports competes in. And that's the thing about esports is there's many leagues, there's many chances to achieve greatness. So we'll put it that way. So in addition to that, we got one more piece of news here from Oakland Esports. The Overwatch 2 team secured a win in their last chance qualifying match against Ferris State. 3-1. GG's, they say. And they are now qualified for the next phase of the last chance qualifier and are one step closer to making it to the fall 2023 playoffs, baby. That's what we're talking about. That's what Overwatch 2 does, baby. That's what we do. So that is going to wrap up this week of esports. Like I mentioned, be sure to follow them on Twitter at Oakland Esports for all of your news and all the news that I'm giving you guys. You guys can get it at a more timely manner and a more lively manner. And if you want live esports, if that's what you're looking for, then I got the place for you. Twitch.tv/Oakland Esports. I was trying to remember the URL for that one. But yeah, that's where you can find all of their matches. They stream them live, and you just might see me interviewing one of the players before every stream. So if that's any incentive for you guys, then be sure to check out their Twitch and watch their games live. Twitch.tv/Oakland Esports. Now for swim and dive, there was no meets this weekend, or no meets this week. We covered their previous meet last week on the GioMoShow. You can find that on last week's Oakland Sports Update video on YouTube, and you can find the full show on Spotify as well. So no meet this week, and they will now be on the road November 3rd through the 4th. So it's going to be Friday and Saturday against Purdue and Rutgers. They're going to be doing a, we'll call it a tri-meet against the two schools, and that's going to be in West Lafayette, Indiana. So good luck to the Golden Grizzlies swim team as they take on both Purdue and Rutgers. Now to women's soccer. Little piece of news, Macy Warenga was named to the Horizon League Women's Soccer All-Academic First Team for her accomplishments not only on the field, and the Oakland soccer field included, but in the classroom as well. So well done to Macy, and that's one that's, you look, I mean, as a sports fan, let me put my sports fan hat on for a second. All-Academic team is nice, but you gotta analyze this a little bit. Let's put this into perspective a little bit. Not only is she one of the stars of the Golden Grizzlies soccer team, not only is she one of the stars in the Horizon League overall, but all that work that she puts into soccer, and any athlete that is on any all-academic team, first or second or third, any academic team, that means that not only are they good at their sport, but they're good at, in the classroom, at what they're studying to be when they grow up, for their future careers. They're setting themselves up for success. So a big congratulations to not only Macy, but any student that is going to be making it to the all-academic team. That it's not easy to rock it like that in college. For these classes are hard. So in the game news, this past Saturday, and you heard it on WXOU, women's soccer, they took on number 1 ranked Milwaukee, or number 1 in the Horizon League, Milwaukee, at the Oakland soccer field. That was Saturday at 1 p.m., and it ended in a tie 0-0. And from my perspective, when you're up against an undefeated team, they were, I believe, 6-0-2. Excuse me, let's say 6-0-2 to coming into this game, which means they tied a couple times, but they have never lost in the Horizon League. Oakland hung a draw on them. Yes, you would like to win. Yes, you would like some more conference points on top of it, but you made it, and you didn't lose to the Panthers. So they ended that game with a 0-0 draw. And then in the final game of the regular season, in the matchup in the Metro Series, Oakland University went to Detroit Mercy to fight for the 6th seed. And I didn't understand that the stakes were this high coming into that game. As I was watching it kind of in the background, we weren't able to cover it on WXOU, unfortunately. But Oakland and Detroit Mercy were right on each other. And I didn't realize, and this is something that you guys can learn as well about the Horizon League, is that top 6 teams are the only ones that get into the tournament. So you got to be the 6th seed at the most, or I should say at the least, to be able to chase the Horizon League championship. So this game was going to be the decider whether Oakland or Detroit Mercy was going to represent the state of Michigan in the Horizon League tournament. And with the game tied 1-1 going into the half, Detroit Mercy were the team with the final goal. They won 2-1, and they kicked us out of the Horizon League tournament. I'm not happy about it, and I'm sure the team's not very happy about it. But it was a fantastic season overall. The Golden Grizzlies, they finished their regular season with a record of 3-2-5 in conference and 5-6-7 overall. They had 14 conference points, and Detroit Mercy had 15, which is what qualified them for the Horizon League tournament. Stings that it has to be against our rivals. Stings that it has to be against the Titans. And not good news for Oakland University soccer. And as a little teaser, and I can't guarantee this one, but if you want to hear thoughts from Coach Juan Pablo Favero on the end of the season and on how their team has played overall, we're going to have an interview on WXOU with Juan Pablo Favero. Be sure to be on the lookout for Harsh Buttar talking with the head coach, most likely. Not rock solidly planned yet. However, I got a good feeling that one is going to go through. We can't wait to talk to Coach and get his insight as to how the season went. So now moving on to volleyball. Volleyball, they had quite a busy week, playing 3 games, one Friday, October 20th, another one the Saturday, 21st. And then Tuesday the 24th. And they got 2 home games coming in to this weekend. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But moving back to last Friday, the 20th, they went to Robert Morris to face the Colonials, a team that they, I believe, swept in the arena. We called that one a WXOU. Me, Joey Hayes was play-by-play. I was color for that one, just off the dome, just from memory. And we swept them 3-0. But when we went to their house, when we went to Moon Township, they laid it on us. 1-3 was the final score against RMU. So then they followed that up by going to Youngstown, staying on the road to face the Penguins, a team that did them dirty in the arena that same weekend. So it's kind of a repeat weekend. This time Oakland's on the road. But the Oakland, they hung a sweep on them. They hung the 3-0 on the Penguins' heads to come out of that weekend with a 1-1 record and, a nice sweep on top of that. The Golden Grizzlies then came back home for the first of their 3 games in the arena this week to face the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. They did that on Pride Night, and that one went all the way to 5. Oakland University was able to come out with a win in fantastic and thrilling fashion, 3-2 over the Mastodons. I was there for the last, set and a half, because I was working on I had a little group project. I had my obligations to my academics, as everybody else does at the student level. We had finished up that group project, and I saw the score. I'm like, ooh, Oakland's down 2-1 against the Mastodons. It's in set 4. Oakland's in the lead. I think there's going to be a set 5. I'm going to get down to the arena, and I'm going to cheer on my Golden Grizzlies. And I even had my Golden Grizzlies gear on. I had an Italian Stallion shirt on that I got from New York. But I was still able to get there. I gave Purdue Fort Wayne the business at the end of that set, and I cheered on my Golden Grizzlies in the 5th. And we came back out of it with a win. I like to claim a little bit of responsibility. I'm just kidding. No. It's fun to be in the stands, and it's fun to cheer on the Golden Grizzlies. They come out of that one with a victory. And that's going to land them at 5th place in the Horizon League. 8-4 overall is the record. 8-4 in the conference. And then 14-10 overall. Now on a 2-game win streak, Youngstown and now Purdue Fort Wayne. And they're looking to add on top of that. You're going to see your Golden Grizzlies at the arena, or you can listen to them on WXOU Friday night, 6 o'clock against Northern Kentucky. And then Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock against Wright State. So be sure to get down to the OU Credit Union Arena. I'm going to try and get into the habit of saying the proper name, as that big naming rights deal happened over this past summer. So get down to the OU Credit Union Arena to watch the Golden Grizzlies defeat the Norse. And watch the Golden Grizzlies defeat the Raiders. And if you're not able to make it, then we can deliver the story to you on WXOU. Be sure to tune in, WXOU.org/live. That one's going to be a lot of fun. And Saturday is going to be Halloween. Going to be a costume contest in the OU Credit Union Arena. So be sure to get there and to dress up, dude. That one's going to be fun. I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for us in the student section. I'm going to be calling the game, so I'll be looking across the media bench, and I'll be dressed up as a broadcaster. We'll say that. So now moving on to men's soccer to wrap up the Oakland NCAA sports update. So the Golden Grizzlies are number 1 in the conference. Men's soccer is at the top of the game. Men's soccer has the best record in the Horizon League, with 5-2 in conference and 6-7-2 overall. 15 conference points, baby. And they did that after defeating Robert Morris in Moon Township 1-0. In that game, we saw a goal by Donovan Phillip, the freshman who's been making waves in the Horizon League. He's been named to the top 100 freshman soccer players on someone's list. I can't remember, but he's been really making a name for himself. We interviewed him on WXOU Sports after the win against Michigan Tuesday, September 19th, I think was the date. Either way, scroll down on WXOU Sports YouTube channel, and you can find the interview that I had with Donovan Phillip. Fantastic player to talk with. I think he was steaming in that interview. It was kind of a chilly night. He was steaming after that win, as I'm sure he was after this one as well. So now that Oakland is number 1 in the Horizon League, now that Donovan Phillip is really making a name for himself, I almost forgot. The Defensive Player of the Week in the Horizon League was also Michael Sly Jr. for his great performance against the Colonials. So where does that leave us now? Oakland's number 1. Oakland's 5-2. And they got 15 conference points. They got 2 games left in the regular season to maintain that title because it's hard enough to get there, but what's harder is keeping it. So they are going to be traveling to Green Bay to face the Phoenix. That's going to be Saturday, 2 p.m. That one you can find on ESPN+. I don't like advertising that, but we're not going to be there on WXOU. So you can watch that, and you can keep up to date on GoldenGrizzlies.com as well. And then as well, so that's the second and last game in the Horizon League regular season. That final game is going to be here at Oakland University. It's going to be at the Oakland soccer field. And who will it be against? None other than our rivals, Detroit Mercy. Wednesday, November 1st at 2 p.m. at the Oakland soccer field. It's going to be the blackout game, and it's going to be the game where the Golden Grizzlies hold their number 1 seed in the Horizon League and go into the tournament white hot. So be sure to get down there to the Oakland soccer field. We do not have a plan, or we do not have plans to call the game. Unfortunately, it's middle of the afternoon and could not get the staff for it. So it's going to be on you guys to go down and see with your own eyes and cheer with your own voice and to make your presence known and to make that team 30 miles away, to make them stay in their place. I believe Detroit Mercy is 5th in the Horizon League. So how about we keep them down there, huh? Keep them at 5th place. So that is going to wrap up the Oakland NCAA Sports Update. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are going to be going down to the OU Credit Union Arena, going down to the Oakland soccer field, tuning in on twitch.tv/Oakland Esports, and keeping up to date on all of it on GoldenGrizzlies.com. Hope you all do that, and I hope I've been able to deliver you guys the news that you need.